The Chargers on the road at the Cleveland Browns. This is down to 1 at a lot of spots, 1.5 at a couple of the others. 42.5 is our total here in this one. Of course, the big news, we know Jameis Winston, quarterback for the Browns, looked pretty competent last week, we could say, I guess. He did lead the NFL in passing yards last week. And so that's an accomplishment some way, shape, or form. And even though they did get dropped, he didn't throw a pick. And for Jameis, hey, that's pretty good. On the Charger side of things, should be a little bit healthier at the wide receiver position. Looks like Quentin Johnston's going to be back. Looks like DJ Chark is going to be back over there. They have been throwing the ball at least a little bit more here of late, where they were just running it basically like at an 80% clip at the beginning of the season. So a little bit more through the air. What do you think about the Chargers heading on the road to Cleveland?
Leaning to the Chargers slightly, but nowhere near confident enough to play it. This one, I mean, same idea as I was talking about with the Ravens, where I don't want to sell the Ravens off. I'm not going to say a fake loss because, the Browns played a pretty solid game. But at the same time, you had Jameis winging the ball into DB's chests. And what if somebody catches those this week? Could be bad weather here. Could be a sloppy grinder of a game. Chargers are a team that I really do think is just going to kind of flatten really bad teams and then really struggle when they go up in class. I don't know what the Browns are, though, like, especially with these injuries on defense, man. I mean, the middle of this they might be just going back to pounding the rock here because there's no linebackers left here. JOK and Jordan Hicks both look like they're going to be out. So I don't know what the Browns are going to have on defense here. So I can't touch either side, I don't think, but if you made me pick, I would just take the Chargers.
Yeah, this so both of the linebackers are going to be out, but the rest of the injury report actually ended up working in their favor. So Batonio's going to go, Zadarius Smith's going to go, Denzel Ward is going to go. He got cleared from concussion protocol. So it actually worked out pretty well outside of that. Oh, they didn't even put Njoku on the final injury report, so he got no designation whatsoever. So again, the best of a bad situation. Obviously, you want your starting linebackers for Cleveland, but everybody else seems like they're going to go for them, including a couple of offensive linemen. So that being said, I'll go ahead and I might be taking the bait here, but I will fully admit, anyone that's listened to the pod throughout the course of the year, all the offseason content, everyone, I'm just down on this Chargers team. I hate teams with no playmakers, and they have no playmakers, and I understand you have a top 10 quarterback, but if he has Quentin Johnston to throw to and DJ Chark and all stuff, I just hate teams with no playmakers. I think this really does come down to how many times does Jameis give the ball to them, and if he gives it to them a couple of times, then yeah, the Chargers are going to win. If he can run on the right side of variance and he only gives it to him maybe once, then I think Cleveland has a really good shot here to kind of hold serve at home. And if they get any sort of lead, I certainly don't trust this Chargers team to be able to battle back from any sort of deficit or anything like that. If there is anything also working in Cleveland's favor and for Jameis, we are looking at a Chargers team that is 31st in the league in pressure. And so Jameis shouldn't be running for his life back there and should have some time to maybe find some of these dudes and whatnot. I don't know. I'm reluctant. I'm reluctant this defense is going to be able to hold this Chargers team down, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. I have a lot of biases against this Chargers team probably coming into play here in this one. I don't like the way they're constructed. So it's just, I can't get past it,
I didn't like this Chargers team either coming into the season, but they've been surprisingly solid.
They have.
I know that the schedule hasn't been the toughest at times.
Yes.
So I just, both these teams are just so hard to read right now. Maybe just play alt. Maybe just play Chargers minus 3.5 because if Jameis turns it over, that they might just win by 7, and then maybe if the Browns just win the game, just play Browns minus 3 and you'll get plus 140 or whatever.
Right. Yeah, no, I would like to point out this is the first time that LASIK Jameis has been unleashed, though. That was everyone, went and got the LASIK and then he just ended up being a backup forever. This is the first time LASIK Jameis has been unleashed. So, he's really getting to see clearly those defenders that he's throwing it to this time. So we'll see how that all plays out.